In Kiev, this is Ukraine Today. I'm Rahim Rahemtulla, and in today's press review, we'll look at continuing international responses to Russian President Vladimir Putin's comments last week in defense of the 1939 Soviet-Nazi Non-Aggression Pact. The pact contained a secret protocol which divided Eastern Europe between Hitler and Stalin. Just 1 week after it was signed, the German leader invaded Poland. In a blog post for the New York Review of Books, historian Timothy Snyder points out that Putin has changed his position on the pact. The Russian leader in 2009 called the agreement immoral. Snyder says that the U-turn is part of recent moves by Moscow to revive the idea of a division of Eastern Europe between Russia and the West. Putin, according to Snyder, is also seeking to ally himself with anti-European populists, fascists and separatists, in an attempt to bring an end to the current European order in the form of the European Union. Secondly, we turn to Roger Morehouse writing for Bloomberg. He says Putin has come out in defense of the pact because, quote, relations between Moscow and the West have all but broken down, and there is no mileage for Russia in accommodating Western sensibilities. More worrying, though, he suggests, are the historical parallels between now and the time of the Nazi-Soviet pact, including the saber-rattling and talk of rescuing Russian minorities. Morehouse writes, quote, the Kremlin playbook that guided Stalin in 1939-1940 would appear to have found a new reader. Finally, we look at an article for online publication IO9 written by George Dworsky. Dworsky lambasts Putin, calling the Russian leader's remarks a pathetic attempt to abuse history in a way that asserts his authoritarian rule. He says a crucial aspect of the pact that Putin conveniently failed to mention was the secret clause agreeing to the partition of Poland. Dworsky points out that this clause was not made public to the Russian people until 1989. Ultimately, he says Russia's president, quote, doesn't really care about the facts. So, more heavy criticism for Vladimir Putin as he shows no signs of stepping back from a confrontation with the international community. That wraps up our press review. In Kiev, this is Ukraine Today.